What's going on? It's your boy Nicki Duce, aka Mr. No Disrespect, and I'm here with Miss Naturally Nay.
Hello.
Modest Media.
Yo, what's good?
I'm alright, man.
How you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm chilling.
Oh, this evening.
Hey, I'm good. I ain't had no cookie in me, but I'm chilling.
I got you next time. I had no cook looking work first.
You know.
All right, I can't, bruh. This ain't. We gonna start like that. All right. Can it be
Present.
You gotta ask for the cookie.
I can't stand y'all. I can't. That sound like hosting. This always come back when he here. This
You
how y'all
said
act.
it, man.
You did say it.
But y'all ain't have to take it there.
He took it there because he said, "I'll give it to you." You know what you said?
All right. Nah, I'm gonna skip you.
I did, though.
You did.
I did.
This wouldn't be nice. Goes the wrong way.
Jesus Christ.
He said, I'll take it.
He said, "I'll take it." Little chocolate
They ain't
chip.
had no cookie in me.
I ain't had no cookies in a minute.
Nope.
Damn, I didn't even catch.
Gordy's old, boy.
We go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. We're mature.
Gordy's home.
And we got Mike C-Town. How you doing, Mike?
I am well. How are you?
I'm all right. And you're now tuned in to another live episode of the Frames Per Second podcast. Not only is this a premiere podcast on the Dead End Network, but we're also a Rotten Tomato official publication. We got our stars and stripes
Good
now.
job,
we getting it
guys.
together. They taking us serious now. So you'll be able to see all of our stuff on Rotten Tomatoes this week. But I won't bury the lead. I know why y'all here. Y'all are here for us to
Super chats. We here for super chats.
Oh yeah.
That's not why we're here.
I was gonna say why we here first thing to the super chat. Hey. What?
They are on. Somebody has to do it on.
So yes, as my co-host mentioned, super chats are on. They'll be on till 9:43. You have till 9:43 Eastern Standard Time. It's a random number. It's for a reason though. To get your super chat questions in, I'll remind y'all probably every 15-20 minutes. But yeah, while we're here, we are here to review Jordan Peele's new film, blockbuster film, Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. I think this is probably the biggest film of the summer, is it not?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a
Thus
blockbuster
far,
film.
yeah.
Summer blockbuster. I think that's how he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest film of the summer though.
That's what I was wondering too.
No, I mean,
What's the biggest film?
I'm gonna say what's bigger than this.
Was Thor bigger?
Thor,
Yeah, Thor was
Not saying it
bigger.
was better, but was
Jurassic Park, was it bigger?
Jurassic Park was big. Maverick was big too.
Oh, Maverick was the movie of the summer thus
Maverick
far.
was big.
That's probably that's probably go down as
That
movie
thing's
year.
still making money.
So what's Nope? Number 7?
It's a blockbuster.
Damn, y'all! I was trying to hype it up.
It's a blockbuster.
I mean, you can hype it without being wrong.
Yeah. That's fine, man. It's one of the blockbusters.
One of the biggest films.
One of the biggest films of the year. All right.
There you go.
We got Jordan Peele back again. We haven't seen him since Us. So I'm curious to hear.
I thought you did you doing that Twilight show. That's not him?
It got
Yeah.
canceled. He was.
He got canceled?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, did it?
It did.
He only had one season.
Never
What did
got a
it
chance
did
to
like a
watch it.
season? Did it do 1 or 2 seasons?
What?
Twilight Zone.
It did one.
It just only did one.
He could say it was a limited series.
Was he like the host or was he? You stupid. You an asshole.
I'm just saying. I'm doing Nope. Well, I ain't got time for this shit.
Child.
Hey, I feel that. Was he like the host or was he
He
part
was just
of?
hosting
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
He was behind. He was like a creative
He
director.
wasn't writing anything. He was just hosting it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like his show.
Oh.
I thought he was a producer or some shit.
Producers don't do nothing, bro.
Damn.
Y'all sensitive?
Well, he just come back up. Look, he just toxic. That's all he is. He just toxic.
Sorry.
Bro.
Y'all do plenty. I appreciate y'all.
What is going on?
But nah, you were saying something?
No, I'm
waiting on your question. The main question that I was gonna have, I was gonna bury the lead. I know people want to hear our reactions. Was overall thoughts. I'll start with you, Rob.
Wait, we ain't got no roses.
Oh shit! Dang. I was gonna say nope.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
I have a few roses. So my first rose, it goes to KG22. He did another poll. His question was, who do you think won't like Nope?
Look at them graphics, boy. Look at them.
And out of one, that's what I'm saying. Like, we put effort into this, so we have to go to our
Look at the look. Producers producing.
Yeah, they doing work.
They
They
doing
doing work. Out of 156 votes, 7 said I wouldn't like it. 16 said Rod wouldn't like it. 19 said Myke wouldn't like it. 8 said Ken wouldn't. 61 said Nicholas wouldn't like it. And 45 said they think all of us will like it. So thanks for that,
45
KG.
think we all will like it?
Think we all will like it. Yeah, so you will see shortly. My next rose goes to D Free Chilling. He or she says, I loved the movie, wasn't expecting it to have much of a sci-fi feel to it, which made it only more up my alley. It almost felt like the sequel to the Alien movie Life, but I did leave with one question: why the fuck was the shoe standing up in the Gordy scenes?
What was the shoe standing?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. And then my last rose, which is actually the featured rose of the night, goes to Zoetic 5D. He or she says, yes, a featured rose. You can see it there on our graphic. We did work. That means that this is the rose of the night. This is the brightest and biggest blooming rose.
Damn.
Okay.
Told you.
I'm just saying, because she got her favorites, and you ain't heard about this?
Oh, shit. No,
She about to have her whole little section. She about to have a fan club.
Don't get mad at me because I'm making the segment my own. I left the theater shaking my head and confused as fuck. Came here and got some more context, but it didn't make me enjoy it anymore. I wasn't looking forward to this from the start because I was afraid it wasn't going to be good. Plus, I knew it wasn't going to be about the aliens because nobody ever outright said it was going to be. I think I'm going to pass on Peele's movies after this. So that is what Zoetic 5D had to say. He or she had a very concrete stance. Thank you guys for your roses. I got them right this week, guys. I did good. Thank you. Please keep them coming, and maybe I will read your rose on the next episode. Thank you.
That's dope. Good job on the production, guys.
Yes, you guys did good. Good job, guys.
All right. I'll cut it back to you, Nay. Since I skipped over you the first time. Nope. Overall thoughts. Is it yay or nay?
Walking out of the theater, it was a strong nay. But like all Jordan Peele movies, I had to sit down and think about it. After thinking about it and processing what I watched, I feel like I understand it more, but it didn't make me enjoy it any more than I did in the theater.
So it's a bad movie to you?
It's not a bad movie. It's just not my cup of tea.
Gotcha. Right.
I'm not super hyped on Jordan Peele movies, honestly. None of them like really hit me like that. I mean, they're cool, and I end up kind of liking them, but I've never been a super fan. I like what he's doing, but I've never been a super fan. So
is he perving?
Sound like it.
No, I'm not.
I could have sworn you fucked with his movies.
Me too.
Nah. If you go back and listen, like, nah. Even Get Out.
I'm gonna go back.
I didn't initially like Get Out like that. I mean, I liked it later.
Y'all have to know who Rod is. If he's saying it, he probably already went back and listened to it.
Just to make sure he can't get caught.
Right.
I thought you were gonna say if he's saying it, it's true.
No, he's done research.
They said Rod is right. Yeah, they know. But yeah, no.
That's your burner account. Right.
No, that's Guadalupe.
Hey,
But,
Guadalupe.
But nah, like with that being said, like I think over time I've gained excitement for his movies just because what he represents. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I mean, like I'm sure there's other things that will make me enjoy it more later, which is what happened with the other ones, like Get Out and all the other ones. Once I understood some other things about it, I enjoyed it more. I still don't quite know things with this one, so it's just kind of still for me. You know what I'm saying? I usually like the performances of the movies, like who was in the last one? Was it Lupita? Like I usually like the performances, but the movie as a whole, I tend to be like, I don't know yet. And that's how I am with this one. I don't quite know yet. It's okay. It was definitely an enjoyable watch. I just don't quite know if I can say it's good or bad right now.
And you only watched it once?
Yeah, I've only watched it once.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Ken?
Yeah, I don't like this movie. I after I left the theater, my first feeling that I got was that, okay, I got to sit on it. And then I settled on it was okay. The more I thought about it this morning, I was like, damn, I don't know if I really like this movie. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. I never heard you really explain a thought like that before. Myke.
It's a process.
Yeah, it is.
I guess I'm alone. I really like this movie. I understand 100% why y'all didn't fuck with it like that, though. I get it. It was very different than his other films. It wasn't nearly as straightforward, and I think that where Jordan Peele kind of fucked up with this one is he sacrificed narrative for message, and I think that's the problem with the movie. But once I got the message, I was like, oh, okay, I like it.
I think with your explanation, I'm glad you're on this one because I was really looking forward to have someone kind of explain it in a way that I could think about it. Because after I saw it,
I don't know if I could do that.
well, no, because like, well, you usually do. I'll give you credit for that. Because I had to see this movie twice.
Oh, you're lucky. I haven't.
I had to see
I
it
wanna
twice
see it again.
because I was just like, the first time I came out, I'm like, the fuck did I just watch?
I didn't want to go to the movies twice. Like I do want to watch it again, but I don't want to go to the movies to see it again. Like to sit all the way through it again, I don't know if I want to do that.
I will say I'm glad that I went to the movies to see it because I think the cinematography was really great.
They shot it in IMAX cameras. This is the first horror they've done
really?
like that. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was definitely, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Clouds.
It's the same. Yeah, the same dude who did like Dunkirk and all the Christopher Nolan shit.
Right.
Oh, really?
He's the one. Who did
Is that why Christopher Nolan got that big trailer spot right before the
That
movie?
was so weird.
It was oddly placed, very oddly placed.
Right
very
before the movie.
because it was after the trailers.
Right.
was so
So that must
bizarre.
be why, because I was like, they must have had some sort of side deal with this. Like, why did he
let
get?
me
Why
use
did
your
this
standards.
trailer get this placement?
Let me use your cinematographer. I'll put your trailer.
I
right
haven't
there.
had a chance to talk to anybody about this film yet, except for one person. And the only thing I'll tell y'all, because I think it was you saying you were still not really sure.
Yeah.
If anybody tells you this was a straightforward film, they're a pretentious liar.
Yeah.
It's not a straightforward film at all.
not-
And
it
seems
if
like
if it is a straightforward film,
Then it's garbage.
terrible.
It's garbage.
And that's where I.
So don't let nobody lie to you.
And that's
no,
where I'm
for sure.
And
Yeah,
that's,
that's why I had the take that I had.
I know,
Because,
yeah.
Because I know that it's really not. It kind of comes off like it's a straightforward
It
film.
do.
It
But-
comes
but-
off that way. It does, except the little things they throw in, especially with Gordy and shit. That kind of, for me, that kind of makes it seem like maybe this isn't so straightforward.
It doesn't, because the things that are, if it was straightforward, then the whole story is stupid as fuck. Because no, seriously, because if all they're doing all of this
agree.
for is to get this picture, then that's dumb as fuck. But no, it's about what that picture would represent for those people,
No,
and
but-
and the things that people will go through to get a picture like that.
I feel
that's-
like no, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Go
but
ahead, man.
that's where I struggle with it because I'm like, I'm on the balance of like, you know how some people say like, that's so stupid it just might work. You know what I mean? That type shit is like, that's where I'm at because I'm like, there's certain times of the day I'm like, bro, this is the goofiest shit I ever seen. I don't give a fuck about this movie like that. It's shitball. But then on those days I'm like, hold on, this motherfucker might have tapped into some like legit conversation, some other shit that motherfuckers ain't really even thinking about. And every day, every part of the day, that's why I had to see it twice.
But I mean, so you saw it twice. I feel like they explained the entire film in the first 3 seconds
Yes,
of the movie.
Kiki's
The Bible quote. The Bible quote.
Oh,
He says I will pelt you with filth and make you a spectacle.
Okay.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
The whole movie is about spectacle. About looking at shit that you really don't need to look at, paying attention to shit you don't need to be paying attention to, going out of your way to try to become a spectacle. That's the entire film. So I feel like even if he made this without that Bible quote at the beginning of it, he probably would have stopped him and like, nobody's gonna figure this shit out. They're gonna think this movie sucks. But with that Bible quote, because I mean, it's a Jordan Peele film, so the second I saw that quote, I was like, I gotta remember that.
Right. Yeah, me
I
too.
have to remember that.
I forgot it the first time. Like the first time I seen it, I forgot that there was a Bible quote in the beginning.
Yeah, but there are moments where, you know, it kind of lays it out too, especially in the second half of the movie. Not as clear cut, but I felt like there was a moment where he was like, if you just didn't get it, then
Right.
this is it right here.
Right.
And, you know, for So yeah, that's why I'm kind of curious to hear what the non-straightforward parts are, about the movie.
I don't think it's necessarily about non-straightforward parts. It's just, I think that if anybody else made this film and you didn't walk into it thinking that, okay, this has to represent something, this has to represent something. And so if this was a Michael Bay film, we would all walk away being like, this movie's awful. This movie's awful. Nothing happened. They did a whole bunch of dumb shit for nothing. But because it's a Jordan Peele film, you start thinking about it, maybe overreaching. But because he put that part at the beginning, you're going to start being like, okay, they're not doing this for dumb reasons. There's got to be a reason for it. So when you outline, okay, the entire movie is spectacle and what people will do for the price of fame, then it's like, okay, now it makes sense. I don't think he was making this film to just be like, okay, these dumb people are out in the country and they see an alien and they do some stupid shit. It has to mean something. And I don't think it was a straightforward film, but I think once you get kind of the idea that he was going for, I think it's actually really, really good. But that's also an unfair, I don't want to say it's an unfair critique, but that's not fair to other directors that might be trying to sneak shit in and it doesn't really hit. But Jordan Peele I feel like Jordan Peele could probably make something really ass, but people like me will just be like, no, man, it's good because there's a message.
And I think that's kind of where I was with it. It's like once I got what was going on here, I was like, oh, that's it? And we're doing all of that for that? Okay.
You saying the message ain't good?
I'm not saying that the message is good. It's just like I'm watching a movie and, as with his previous films, you're knowing that there's stuff here. But when I settled on to what it was and I'm like, okay, we're doing all this for this? Like, what is, like, I get the point, but it was like, well,
and sci-fi is like one of your favorite genres.
Sci-fi is one of my favorite genres.
So being a sci-fi guy, you don't feel like it fulfilled that what you normally go to a sci-fi for? I'm sure you've watched UFO movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of like sci-fi. I guess I walked in thinking it was horror. Then I realized it was supposed to be aliens. Then it wasn't about aliens. But maybe it was, I don't know. But yeah, it was like a mix of things, and it was different, and I appreciated the take on it. But I think as a movie, it's like, yeah, I think you said it's like y'all doing all this dumb shit just to get a fucking picture at the end of the day. And I don't know, I kind of struggle with that. It's like you're telling this story to present a message. But again, what's the underlying reason why?
Because isn't that what people do now? Like, so you got to think about it on two levels, right? On one level, you can say, well, they're doing it for, as the kids say, for clout. People do stupid shit just so they can get noticed. But then you also have to go all the way back to the beginning and think about, okay, why was Emerald telling this story about how there was an unnamed black man that was the first person that was a part of the first motion picture?
Yeah.
Why is she talking about that? When you go back to the end, you can also say that an underlying reason that they did this is because they didn't want to get erased from the fact that they were the first people to do this. They were the first people to catch a picture of this alien, right? So if it wasn't them, then they're once again getting erased from this story, just like the black man on the horse got erased at the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
But they still could technically. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's not like they in the picture like, hey, I'm in the picture with the UFO. Like, so anybody can claim that picture.
The NFT.
They
gonna NFT it.
They took it. They're going to be the ones to sell it. They're going to be the ones to
benefit
promote
off of it,
and then
right.
benefit off of it.
I
Whereas
understand
they
they
didn't get that benefit at the beginning when you're talking about the guy on the horse.
And to be honest, I don't necessarily, yes, there was a certain aspect of it where they were trying to get the fame and the clout from it, but they were also trying to get the money from it. So it's like the money, the finance, as well as the clout and the fame, so that they can maintain their horse farm.
Well, yeah, I remember someone saying on the lines of like, Daniel Kaluuya's character felt, it was like, what do you do when you're left with something that's important? Like he was even talking about that in the movie. He was like, because I think Kiki's character was asking him like, how much did you get offered for? Like, are you gonna sell it? And he was like, I can't sell it. Like, this is, like you mentioned, like I don't want no one to forget us. Like he did something that meant a lot. Like that's real. So I think it goes with what Mike was saying as far as like I get the motivations, but I keep going back to Ken's point too, as far as like,
What's the point?
what's the point? Because I get the point. It's just the story doesn't get me to that. It doesn't make me feel satisfied by the point. I guess I'll say that. And it's not to say it's not that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a horrible movie. I don't think it's a great film. I think it's just very interesting, and whatever you take from it is what you take from it. But it's super subjective. Like,
It is super subjective.
I don't even know, like, because like I know that doesn't sound right, but that's the only way I can really describe it.
I think the thing for me was like the message. Yeah, it takes a minute. You have to sit on it and try and really process what you take from it. But I think the difference for this than it was with the other films is like, even though I may not have initially got the underlying message with the other films, there was still enjoyable moments in the film that I could just enjoy this scene of them on the boat fighting or shooting a gun or whatever the situation is. I didn't necessarily have any points in this film where I was just enjoying watching it and there'd be an additional.
So you like a film in pieces? You just like a lot of pieces?
No, there were no pieces to me. That's the point. In the other films, like in Get Out and in Us, I could just enjoy watching the movie,
yeah.
right? And then be like, oh, and they trying to say this. I didn't enjoy the experience of watching this film.
There was a lot of dead space in this movie. It was,
but that was mostly because, was it not because of you looking up at the sky trying to see shit too?
Yeah, I don't know. It just Nae's right on that. Actually, like it was but I find something in the dead space that's intriguing to me personally. But I can get why somebody would be like, okay, nothing's happening here. Like I want to say, like one of the more interesting things that happened in this film is with the fake aliens. I feel like that moment, everybody in the theater was like, oh shit. I don't know how it was in y'all theater, but
it was the same way.
Everybody was just like, oh shit, like what the hell or whatever, because you didn't know whether that was fake or real. So that it wasn't many moments like that. I don't feel like there was many moments like that.
Wow.
But you were expecting an alien movie, right?
I don't know. Like, I didn't expect the Alien movie to. I think you spoiled it for me because I only had watched the.
I kind of did, but
Ross, they putting you on.
Yeah, because I kind of did, but you asked the question.
He always do it. He's notorious for this.
Because Mike be sending me. He be like, what's this about? And I'm like, oh, this about this.
I asked the question
you asked
because I accidentally saw the trailer when I was going to see a movie, and I asked the question.
Oh, in the Thor movie.
Yeah,
and I got.
You didn't see the trailer.
I got to the movie late, so I didn't know.
Yeah, so when I saw that that's what it was about, man. I was concerned because I think I told them Sunday. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this one.
I was a little concerned as well. So like when you finally said that, well, you assumed that I had seen it because you would assume that because I went to go see Thor, I saw the trailer, but I didn't. So yeah, like before that, I had no clue that this was like a UFO or something like that. I had no clue. So, but nah, yeah, I guess because I knew that, I was just like, I don't know, like. It wasn't this mystique anymore. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
I ruined your movie experience.
I won't even say you ruined it. It's just it took away from it even more so. Okay, like you know what I'm saying? Because I know that it's like an alien supposed to be life form or something like up there.
So let me ask you: when you say, or maybe both of y'all, when you say dead space, what exactly are you meaning?
So there's a lot of space where they just like. With Daniel Kaluuya is just kind of just looking stoic, and we just talked about that in another movie, and I do like that sometimes, but I can see why someone wouldn't like that. Like, okay, nothing's happening here. Like he's just looking, and he's just looking up at the sky, or he's just walking with the horse. Like she said, there's no moments where you got Lupita sitting in a room. That shit and all that. You got nobody doing that. Was she doing that in the movie?
That's the cookie you trying to get.
Yeah.
That's the cookie you trying to get.
That's the shit.
God damn, what are you doing?
I can't believe you just did that.
That's the only way I know to describe that shit. That shit is creepy.
You could have said making noises.
Right. Hey, we would have got it. We would have We all saw the movie.
Hey, he was practicing that at home. He was like, hold on.
I didn't even know it was gonna come out right. I'm surprised. I shocked my damn self that it came out right.
I told you. Ain't that one of the moments when you realize you can do some shit? I told you.
Listen.
But it wasn't moments like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of few in between. So
I get that.
you know.
That didn't bother me. I actually like that.
That's what I'm
it was
saying.
different from what he's done before. What are you gonna say?
Basically that.
Yeah.
Basically that. Like, I didn't mind that because within 30 minutes of the film, I was like, oh, this is completely different than what he's done before.
Yes.
So I'm fucking with this. So I just settled in. And I didn't, so that's why I was asked about the Dead Space, because it didn't feel like Dead Space to me, because it felt like it was like, I don't know. I don't want to call it world building, because it really wasn't world building. It just really, I really liked settling in and just observing the scenery. And those scenes with Daniel Kaluuya, I know you're talking about, where he's just looking at shit, but that's him. Like, and I'm not even clowning. Like, he's one of the only actors that I feel like can tell an entire goddamn story
With his
just by
eyes.
filming this part.
No, yeah, he's dope.
Just by filming this, you can say he's scared,
Yeah.
he's happy, he's
has
in
expressive
love,
eyes,
he got a
yeah.
shit, everything is just his eyes.
His eyes are, yeah.
And I think Jordan Peele knows that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So when he shows up on a screen, it's just like, I'm paying attention to everything, not only that he's saying, but that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So those things didn't come off to me, not saying you're wrong, but didn't come off to me like Dead Space. It just came off like, I'm letting this amazing actor breathe.
I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I can appreciate it, but I understand
know.
why
Yeah.
others may not appreciate that.
But I feel like someone that doesn't appreciate it like that, maybe do they fuck with Jordan Peele's films like that? Because he's done that before.
I don't
for sure.
necessarily feel like it was Dead Space as much as it was a lot of pieces that never quite came together. Like, I'm watching all of these pieces and it takes a minute for me to put the puzzle together, right?
Okay.
That doesn't make me enjoy just looking at the pieces for 2 hours.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Yeah, I get that. Because, I mean, I love alien stories. Mm-hmm. And I think that them getting the whole thing about, you know, a UFO showing up and electronics shutting down and all that, I was like, oh, this is fucking great. But then when you realize, okay, it's an alien. Oh, by the way, these are spoilers. I don't know if we mentioned that.
They should know by now.
If you just showed up.
Well, also, we have about 10 minutes left for the super chats. Please make sure you do that. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. I mean, I feel like I lost my train of thought. It's fine.
You like alien movies too, right? Or like alien?
I like anything having. I mean, unless it's really cheesy, but when they're telling those stories, right? Because I do think that there are factual things that happen with UFOs,
Okay.
and the shutting down of electronics is one that's pretty much across the board with anyone that says they've had an encounter. So I think him showing that was really interesting. But I think him adding the whole animal element to it was also really interesting. And I think him pushing this idea of, you know, having respect for nature and not acting like you can just be the boss of it. And when you do act like you can be the boss of it, you end up like Jupe. I think all of that stuff, there were a lot of layers to this film, whereas I feel like with Get Out, it was like, oh, racism, you know? And then when you get to Us, it was a very straightforward kind of message with this. I think this one had a lot of different messages.
Yeah,
It did.
It did.
You know?
What did y'all think about, we talked about some of it, the performances of our two leads? Because this is one of the kind of different kind of films where you kind of have like two actual leads with Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. Did you like their performances? Was their chemistry good?
I like Keke Palmer here. I typically not too hot on her.
Damn.
But no, I thought she did well. She seemed very comfortable. Like she seemed like she really stepped into that role and played the hell out of it. We just talked about Daniel Kaluuya. Like his expressions alone is like fucking A1. Like he ain't even really got to say nothing. He could just walk, look, and he'd be like, God damn, this motherfucker's amazing.
He speaks with his hips.
Yeah.
Chill out, man.
Them
Chill out.
baby bear hips.
His hips don't lie.
It's no lie. It was noticeable in this motherfucker. Like, it really was noticeable.
His hips was noticeable.
Did you see the horse's face?
It was. Look at the
Lucky.
graphic.
That's why he ran. That's why he ran when he come back.
Mike, look at the graphic.
That nigga don't have no body.
The hips don't
The
lie.
hips don't lie.
Can't he see?
Yeah,
Oh,
he-
Look, now.
That's what I'm saying. Once you see it,
Right, I'm trying to do like this. Your arms are big enough to hide them hips.
Got some big thighs. I see.
That fucking horse jumped the fence and was like, you are not getting them hips back on me. I am out. Fuck this. I'll take my chances with the alien.
I thought I wasn't. It took me a minute to get comfortable with Keke in particular.
Really?
Not so. It's just because the dichotomy of her character and Daniel's was completely different, which made me feel like, why is she doing so damn much? But by the time I got towards the middle of the film, I kind of realized, that they're kind of supposed to, right? They're supposed to be these complete opposites, even though they're siblings, being raised in the same situation, having extremely different experiences in the same house with the dad, with the farm, and her trying to get far away and be the star while he's like taking care of the lineage, the legacy, almost. So by the middle of not even the middle, it didn't take me very long to settle into it, but it felt like because they were so different, she was doing too much.
And I didn't get that until the second viewing.
Really?
Like that, like why exactly that? Like I kind of felt it, but like her explanation at the house when she's like, I would look at like I was supposed to get Lucky or one of the horses.
Jean jacket.
Jean jacket.
That's why they call the monster jean jacket.
Yeah. She's like, I was supposed to get that, and I looked at you and Dad, and Dad just sold it off for the Scorpion King shit, but she said, but you've always seen me, and I felt like that explains why he would wait for. Well, not only because he probably is horrible at communicating that shit, he can't explain how she can. That's why he lets her run, like be the face of it now, like. And that's why, but he also sees it as more as like we're supposed to do this as a family. We're supposed to be the face of it as a family.
But he knows his part. He knows her part. He knows what she's.
But I'm saying that's why he got upset with her. He was like, "You supposed to be supporting this business, not your other shit." And she was like, "Nah, nigga, this ain't my other shit. This is." Like I can see why they would argue over that, but he was just like, "I'm trying to make you be the face of this, and you still trying to do other shit. Like this should be your only focus. This is the family thing." So like I got that more in the second viewing.
I did have a question about that. Like, what was the point of pointing out like jean jacket, Lucky when they had the screen?
I read.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Is it because of the different shots they were trying to get, the different attempts they were trying to get of the monster? Is that what they called the different shots?
I don't know.
I didn't take it that way.
I thought that's what, because like the jean jacket shot, isn't that what they got at the end?
Yeah, but jean jacket was the name of the horse that she was supposed to break,
Right.
but she didn't get a chance to. So it's interesting that he starts calling the creature jean jacket, and she's the one who ends up breaking it. So she wins in the end. I took him breaking the chapters up into the animal names is because the animals were used as spectacles.
Right.
You start the movie off talking about spectacles. Every animal in this, all of the horses, they were treated as spectacles. Gordy especially. So I think that just goes along with the point of him being like, you know, stop making things spectacles or you're gonna end up getting fucked up basically.
Speaking of fucked up, Ken, what was your thoughts on the Gordy situation?
Oh, with that monkey?
Yeah.
I honestly wish I could have seen the whole thing, but yeah, I think it did a good job of kind of setting up the foundation of what the movie will ultimately sort of be about. Is that, you know, they have this thing, you know, folks always think they can tame animals and shit like that every single time. So here's this one animal that they got that they created this whole show around, and one balloon pop and the motherfucker snap and he just killed fucking everybody and just lose control. And at that point, what are you gonna do? And there were, like, even the white guy, and there were people trying to calm the animal down, like, no, chill. But the animal didn't even care at that point. The only one he cared about, it seemed like, was Jude, when he tried to give him the dap. But I like the way his blood was dripping off his fingers.
Yeah, so
anyway.
explain. No, you was about to say something.
No, what are you gonna ask?
That's what I like. So somebody help me with that. Like, why not kill Jupe and then dap him up on top of that?
I'm probably wrong.
Okay.
But here's my theory on that part. So first off, do y'all remember when that really happened? When that one woman got her face eaten off because she was
on
fucking with
Oprah,
that
right?
monkey?
Yep.
It was
I
a
do.
long time ago.
I do.
So that woman got her face eaten off. Do you remember what show she went on?
No, I don't.
She went on Oprah.
Yeah.
Oh.
With a veil over her face, just like in this shit. I remember that because me and my mom watched that shit probably 20 times. I don't want to put her out like that. I'll just say I got a kick out of it. Because I was like, stop fucking with these goddamn wild animals. This crazy woman, even though it was her friend that got fucked up, that's the sad part. This crazy woman brought this damn monkey in her house and was sleeping in the bed with the monkey, had the monkey acting like it was a fucking person. And all it took, I forget what it was, but the lady had a toy or something. And that monkey bugged the fuck out, tore both her hands off and ate her face. So stop. Damn, man.
I remember that shit.
You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait.
It's the way you said that.
We're not-
Hey, both her hands off. Hey, her face is got.
Nah,
He did.
real talk, bro. Me and my mom loved the Oprah show, so I was always watching it.
Same.
Man,
That's how I saw it.
So when I seen that shit, she was like, "See, this is why you don't be going on that, don't be fucking with them animals when we be at the zoo and all that shit." Like, cause and as you can see more and more videos of motherfuckers getting snatched up at the zoo, trying to do some other goofy shit with the animals. So like, nah, when I seen that shit, I was like, oh, I didn't know they were gonna go there, but I like the fact that they weren't afraid to, talk about that.
I love the fact that he went there because, I mean, granted, I don't think that you can. Well, it was a spectacle for us because she went on Oprah, and if y'all remember, Oprah was the first one to get her to actually show her face.
Took her face off.
So
Yeah.
it was a spectacle. So in the film, though, the reason he didn't kill Jupe is because Jupe wasn't staring at him. He was staring at the shoe, if you remember. And remember the shoe that was standing
Was it?
upright?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was staring
He was-
through the veil. That's
Through
why
the
he couldn't
veil.
see him like that.
Nah, again, I could be wrong. I've only seen it once.
Gotcha.
But I thought he was staring at the shoe because, and the way I looked at the shoe is when they talked about earlier when he said something about a bad miracle, the shoe was a bad miracle. Because there's like a 1 in a million shot that if you throw a shoe in the air, it's going to land and stand straight up. But it was a bad miracle because it was a miracle that it saved Jupe because Jupe was staring at the shoe, but it was a bad miracle because it was a result of the monkey eating the fucking lady's face and killing everybody there. So I think that's why he didn't kill Jupe because remember they said that the monster kills anything that looks at it, that looks in its eyes. And I don't think Jupe did that.
So you don't think he was staring at him when he gave him the pound?
I honestly don't remember. I don't.
He had to, unless he was looking this way.
Well, I'm not. If I see a monkey with blood on his hands, I'm not looking in the peripheral and be like, all right, what's up, bro?
I'm not looking him in the eyes.
I'm damn sure not.
But that's why I thought he had the little yellow cloth because the monkey was kind of
You
looking.
could be right, Nick.
Yeah, and
I thought he was staring at the shoe, but you could be right.
No, but I thought there was something with the shoe too because he kept the shoe in the museum and all that shit too. I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know why he did that. That's why I was.
What do you mean? Because that was the price of fame. Remember, it's about spectacle and price of fame. He paid the price of fame because he was trying to basically desensitize himself from everything that happened, but he was also trying to make money off of it.
Aaliyah Veal in the chat says the tablecloth was blocking his eyes, so that could be.
Maybe that's
right.
it, but I
Yeah.
thought he was staring at the shoe. But
I thought the monkey was going.
I only saw it once.
When the monkey saw him, I was like, oh shit.
Either way, I don't think he was looking at the monkey dead in the eyes. I think that's why the monkey didn't kill him.
Yeah, I agree with you on
But
that.
that's also why he then later on thought that he had a connection with the monster. He could just overpower it
Right.
and trick it into doing shit.
And I didn't know that he was sacrificing the horses that dude was selling.
That he
them.
bought him, yeah.
Yeah, that's why when he looked at him, he was like, I'm trying to buy him back. He was like, oh yeah, we can.
They're gone.
Yeah,
We
nah.
can do that. That's fucked up.
That's crazy. But
But
y'all
yeah.
feel like that was a good tie though with the Gordy and the monster UFO thing.
I
Yeah.
did. I did, not because of necessarily the animals as much as Jupe's character was probably the most interesting to me out of everyone. And like the fact that he went through something so traumatizing as a kid and still was like trying to garner
profit.
some fame, not even just profit, but become famous off of this. Like
Yeah, because he had a whole room.
he had a whole
Yeah,
room.
memorial
He
type
had a
thing.
shrine to it, but you're obviously still traumatized by it because you having visions as you talk about it. So the fact that he can go through something so traumatic and dodge that bullet and then still be so drawn to the fame and the notoriety from that time period that you can't let it go and you're still clinging to it to the point where now you actually have lost your life and everyone else's life going after this thing that you had and you saw how bad it could go. So to me, I didn't quite get the animal ties, and I knew there was something with Gordy being an animal and the horses and all of that, but to me it was more so about Jupe and how even in the midst of such traumatic experiences, people will still go to extremes for fame and for clout.
The only part I could not figure out about that was the monster. If you, so I get the closed captioning device when I go to watch movies because I can't hear
Oh,
the
damn,
shit that
really?
well, so I can read it because I'll miss some shit, you know. And in the closed caption, it was saying pop sounds. So I started paying attention more. If you listen closely, the monster is making pop sounds like the balloons popping.
So because he was kept on eating the balloons.
Yeah, see, I didn't know if the alien was tied to Gordy going off. I didn't know if that was connected in any kind of way.
I think it's supposed to be, but I couldn't figure out what the tie-in is.
Right, because you had pop sounds, you had the whole thing with the horse and not in the orb looking in the eye, and then not looking, him understanding not to look the alien in the eye or whatever, and whenever anybody, like all of that being tied, I didn't know how the alien tied to the animals. I didn't quite get that.
Because I'm thinking that the alien's not an actual alien. Maybe it's just another animal. I don't know. Because I mean, they thought it was a UFO for the longest time. Then they're like, oh no, it's actually a sentient being. And then at some point, Daniel Kaluuya's character says something along the lines of, every animal, what does he say? Every animal has certain rules, and you have to figure out how to use those rules. But then when he goes and the monster is raining blood on the house, I was like, that's got to mean something. But
I
then
thought
it's
it was just taking the shit on the house, to be quite
well,
honest.
he's marking his territory. 'Cause that's what animals do.
Right.
So I'm assuming that this was just another
He did say
animal.
that it was territorial. He
Yeah,
did
it was
mention that
territorial.
too.
That's why it was always in the clouds over that field, and that's why Jupe was trying to get the field, and that's why he was trying to get his kids to go in there and scare them out of there. So there's all of these different layers.
Really?
There's all these different layers, but I mean, I couldn't figure out the balloon pops. Were there actually balloons in the studio when Gordy went off?
Yeah, they came out of the present.
Okay, so then there were balloons there. So why later on was the monster making the balloon sounds?
Because I thought he was eating all the little wacky inflatable balloons and shit.
Nah, those were on the ground, remember?
I thought he was snatching them up.
No, they were popping because they were floating up to the lights, and the lights were making them bust.
Was it always popping? Like every time the creature came on scene?
No,
Or just in a
it was
certain-
popping earlier, even before they went and got those little
Okay.
balloon men. The monster was making pop sounds, and I was like, what's that supposed to mean? Because like I said, it said pop sounds on my view thing. So I can't figure that part out. But I'm sure it means something.
What did you think about the monster in general?
I thought it was cool. I thought the fact that it changed shape was actually really dope.
I agree with
Did
that.
you think that mean anything, or just?
That's what animals do. Like, there's a lot of animals, especially predators, that change shape when they get, like peacocks. You know, like if you chomp a peacock, what does it do? It fucking spreads its feathers out. You know what I'm saying? Like there are animals that will change or whatever when they're either threatened or when they're getting ready to attack. So I thought that was a real. I don't think it looked that cool to me.
Really?
Okay.
No.
Thank
Did you see it in IMAX?
That looked like a goddamn curtain in the sky. I didn't like
Thank you.
it.
I'm listening to that.
Yeah,
I forgot.
It looked like a what?
I thought it looked like a goddamn curtain. I'm like, why are we scared of this curtain alien with the fabric box?
And you wouldn't be?
Was it not hypnotizing though?
right?
Yeah.
No, it was not hypnotizing.
It was hypnotizing.
I was
They
like,
kept on. I was like, how many times is it gonna open that motherfucker?
That's what you was like?
Yeah.
Y'all are so funny.
I wanted to see more of that
childish.
monster.
I did too.
the second monster.
Yeah.
I did too.
Cause I just didn't
Other was just
understand
my
because when
salsa
it was
with a-
floating,
It's like a donut.
yeah, it looked like a donut. But then now that I know it was a curtain, like when it was floating, it was like rippling, like the material was coming off, and I was like, "What is this cheap ass saucer shit? What is it?" That's what I'm saying. This was just not an enjoyable experience for me. I'm sorry. And then it opened up into this blossom curtain with holes in it. I said, "This is not scary."
You ain't like the
I
fact
think it was
that
supposed to be
I
scary.
know,
Well,
I
that's the
understand it's
point.
not
That's the
supposed
point.
to now. I get
Yeah.
that. But in the moment, I'm like, what
You're
the
going in
fuck?
expecting
Right,
scary.
I'm like, what the fuck?
But you thought it
is
was
this?
pretty, right?
No.
Well, I think that when it transformed, it was supposed to be this like, oh, this is beautiful, which would attract you to stare at it more, right? 'Cause
Okay.
Isn't that what a lot of people do when they go to the fucking zoo? They're staring at the animals, being like, oh my god.
was
this is
staring
so
at the
pretty.
theater.
I was staring. I was like, yeah, this is beautiful, but it doesn't.
I was
look
like, what
cool.
is it? What is
Huh?
this? I was like, what is this?
But you kept staring at it, didn't you?
I did.
Well, you had
It
no
would have ate
choice.
me up.
Y'all about to say,
I would've been
your
dead.
ass would have got devoured
Would've,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
you ain't like the scene where the people got ate up and we got to see how they got ate up.
That was dope.
I mean,
I did like
sure,
that.
it was dope. Okay.
I liked it
really
because
wish
I was curious on how he was eating them motherfuckers.
It was just like
Yeah.
absorbing into the intestines.
But it was like a slow
was
death though, because they was screaming.
it crushed you.
Yeah.
Because they was screaming the whole time
and it just
until they
stopped.
died. Yeah, until
and then
they
the
died.
nigga would just spit the stuff out their pocket.
You
Oh,
were shitting it
yeah.
out.
I felt so bad for his daddy.
Keith David.
He got killed by a nickel.
Could at least been a quota.
I'm like, damn, he got sliced with a
That's what you was
nickel?
thinking, Mike, when you saw him dead on the damn Gordy and shit.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either.
Which part? What didn't you expect?
Well, first off, I love Keith David, so I didn't expect him to die in 3 minutes.
Me either.
But I wasn't expecting that's what killed him.
Okay.
Nickel?
When they showed it later, I was like, oh. So it's spitting out anything it can only digest people.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is another thing about spectacle, right? When you're staring at a spectacle and something becomes a spectacle, what's left after it's devoured all of the people? You're left with a tape, you're left with a video, with a fucking TikTok post, all things that are not organic, right? So it's spitting everything else out. So I thought that was an actually dope idea, but you take that idea away and it's stupid, you know? That's why I think that this could have used a little bit more narrative.
Are you saying some? Because I think you mentioned earlier, like if you take the message out of this movie, it's stupid.
Kind of, yeah. I feel like if you take away what you think about what spectacle is and what the cost of spectacle is, if you take all of that away and you just say, okay, this is a monster that eats people and then it shits out nickels and dimes real fast.
And
It's
keys.
It's like, oh, that sounds kind of dumb.
Damn, that might.
And
be
it turned
brilliant.
into a holy curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wish I could ask him these questions because I think that he was really onto something, and I think that we're probably getting 10% of what the message actually was.
So why focus on spectacle? Like, what's so like interesting about that?
Because I think because it is so much of our existence right now with social media and what these kids are posting on TikTok, and everybody wants to see something crazy, like and the lengths that people will go for celebrity and status. And I mean, it's so much of our society. And then it's like him putting a lens and saying, y'all really look dumb.
Is it?
I guess that's why it doesn't connect with me because I don't.
But you
But you
other
can't
people
identify
do
that so many people do.
Yeah, you know
I
that.
can identify, but I don't knock anybody for doing it. It's
You
just
don't knock
something that I
6ix9ine for
don't
what he
do.
did?
What does 6ix9ine do?
His entire life was a spectacle. Look at me.
Hell,
Look what
you
I'm
knock
doing.
me
Look
for
at
my
me. Look
stupid
at me.
shit I
Look at
watch on
me.
TikTok.
Yeah,
I
every
don't knock you.
You be like, what is this dumb
It's only
shit?
because
Nate?
I want to spend more time with you. That's all.
He over here gassing it
That's my boy. Go ahead, man. This motherfucker smooth ain't even here.
Nah,
He ain't even
if he
trying
meant to, he would have gave her a bigger slice of the cookie.
Exactly.
That's only because he got cake at home, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Big Rod. Shit. I'm going to use that one this weekend. Best believe. Shit.
My question is,
she don't believe it.
I
Go
know.
ahead, Ken.
I do, but I don't.
She
Don't
knows.
be making me feel guilty for watching TikTok.
Nah, but yeah, that's like.
Yeah, I was like, Ken, yes, yes, something.
I'm used
Oh
to
no,
it.
I didn't know.
Don't forget.
I didn't hear it.
Nah, go ahead, Ken. Bro. You okay?
I like everybody to get their thoughts out.
Except you. What were you going to say?
Now the question is it the fact or the idea that there's more of that than ever before?
That's what I assumed. Because I mean, I think he's also making a point about the industry. Because I mean, the film industry does the same thing about making things huge spectacles, and at the end of the day, tossing people aside like they ain't shit. So I think it's all of this. It's just I feel like out of all of his films, I think that this one probably needs the most explanation because there's not that much narrative to it.
Or it doesn't, because that's part of what makes Jordan Peele good, right? In my opinion. I think so. Even though I didn't necessarily enjoy the experience of watching the movie, I absolutely can appreciate and respect that he gives you something that makes you think. It makes you, analyze what you do, what's going on around you, and figuring out how that applies to you and what you pull from it. So I like the fact that it's not so on the nose. But
I feel that
if he wants to maybe appeal to a wider audience, sure, a little more narration might have helped. A little more a little more directness may have helped with that, but maybe he didn't want to, and maybe he's reached a point in his career where he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I get that. I just feel like there's less narrative in this than there were with his other two films, and I think that's why they're not quite as enjoyable for some people.
And it was long.
I didn't feel like it was long either.
How long was it?
We could have
2 hours and 11 minutes.
We could have kept this at $1.50.
Nah, man. I think that every moment in this was deserved, in my opinion. I
have to go back and watch it to agree with that.
Damn.
No, I mean, yeah, I just, because I don't know because I didn't enjoy it while I was watching, and I was kind of watching like what is going on. I don't really know how each piece fit into the puzzle yet.
So
real quick.
No, go ahead.
Because I enjoy slow burn movies and whatever, and this was like that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I said, to me, it was a lot of kind of dead space, effective dead space, but nonetheless,
still dead space.
Dead space or whatever. And I usually don't have a problem with that in films.
Yeah, I don't either, but I don't feel like it paid off for me until well after I left the theater.
Yes, I agree with that.
Isn't most of his films like that? 'Cause
Yes.
I remember when we went and saw Us.
That's-
was not crazy about that.
That's
It was like,
what I
what the
was
hell
gonna
was
say.
that? Like,
Yeah.
I remember people saying that when we left out the film.
That's
like,
what I was
the
gonna say.
hell?
I think he has slowly done, like Get Out was very like it was very to the point, and it was able to amass this huge reaction from people. This is not This Is Us. Us was a little bit more abstract. Like there was a little bit. You had to peel back more layers, and you had to pay a little bit more attention.
She is with all the puns today. I don't know what's wrong with you.
It just comes natural. I'm sorry. And then this one even more so. That's why I say I wonder if he feels like he's reached a point in his career where he can kind of be more artistic. And if you get it, great. If you don't, it's all good. Hopefully you got something out of it. But he's trying to be a little bit like more artistic.
I feel that.
Or maybe, people don't care as much about spectacle and animals as they did about racism and shit like that.
Yeah, but this
Could
could
see
also
that.
be about racism, because what's the other thing that they always tell you? Don't talk about it. Don't look it in the eye, and it'll go away. Right? I know it's a huge reach, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
But I know, not necessarily because I was looking for that while I was watching the movie.
you
I was
have
trying
to.
attach that in, but I couldn't ignore the monkey. And then when he said it was an animal, so I was like, okay, so this is about that.
I'm
Let
waiting.
Ken finish.
I
Stop it.
didn't know where he was going with
Stop
that, because
it.
I was like, all right, Ken, we already talked about this. You can't be bringing up stuff like that.
I think halfway through, I kind of gave up on it being specifically about race.
Because I was like, he
What made you give up
he
on
put
it?
a monkey in a black movie.
But it's Jordan Peele. I'm
That's what I was
curious
thinking, but-
and I feel you, but it's being that it's Jordan Peele, what made you give up on it?
Because it wasn't jumping out to me. Now, I mean, of course, you can make the abstract ideas of, okay, yeah, there have been plenty of situations where white people have tried to scare black people out of neighborhoods. So you could relate that to Jupe sending his children to scare them away from the ranch. You could make the idea of they don't want to be erased from black people being the first people to do this certain thing. And then again, it's probably a reach, but you could also still make the point I just made that, like, white people are always saying don't talk about racism and it goes away, whereas he's saying no, like at some point you may have to look. Yeah, it's gonna get you even if you don't really look at it.
They had us caged up. What was the black woman with the big butt, Bartman? Is that it?
Who's that? I don't know.
Basically, she was on display.
Sarah.
I think it's Sarah Bartman was on
Woman
display.
with the big butt?
Yeah,
Was
man.
she at a
She
circus?
was like a circus, almost
Yeah,
like a
like a
circus
circus
freak,
thing.
and she had like an abnormally large butt. There's pictures
Yep.
of her and stuff from
It was
like
a black
slavery.
lady?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
from slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
And they went.
but-
They
I've
just
seen
showed,
this somewhere.
you had.
It was fucked up.
haven't heard of that.
It's fucked up.
Yep. So if you want to, you can definitely thread that
Sure,
together. But
sure.
I felt it was more about, I think this was him maybe talking about animals more than that. I think, and he may have wanted to address a different issue because he's already made 2 movies essentially about race.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think there was racism in there, but the entire thing I don't think was necessarily about racism, unless you're looking at black people like we're just spectacles, which you could do
Right.
that too. Because a lot of times, even if we get really popular, it's because we did something
Right.
crazy or stupid or outlandish. It's not like we ever get that type of notoriety from that side of the world because we did something amazing.
Yeah, I just felt like when the guy was on the bike and
The TMZ guy?
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's it. He's kind of really telling you then what's going on here, because he kept saying it over and over again, like his shit's fucked up. He just want his camera. He was like, "Are you recording this?" It was very like on the nose, to the point, and obvious.
Yeah.
So
him and Antlers. That was his name, right?
Antlers, Antlers.
Same thing.
Antlers
Remember
on some
he
goofy
died-
shit. Yeah.
But
Everybody
that's
did goofy shit in this
the
movie.
point.
No, I'm just saying, but he was like, he knowingly was dying,
He
still
was gonna
rolling
die
that
for
camera.
the perfect
Right.
shot.
Yeah.
Just like the TMZ guy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
But what I didn't understand with him, so he's trying to get the perfect shot, but he also says when you get the perfect shot, like it's not like people don't deserve to see it or something. So I just didn't understand the logic there.
And then he was also watching all those videos about animals and shit too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
it's in the movie. Like what he's talking about is in the movie.
Any other thoughts? I don't know before we take a quick break.
Quick break.
Nope.
Wow, I knew somebody was
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
say
you put it out there. You know what I'm saying? I am about that. Bitch.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break before we get to our super chat. So view these messages, and we'll be right back.
Is the mic still on?
You got Ken and Beezy, Sophie and Myke, feet for a ride. The people wanna know, is the mic still on? I'm saying, what's up for discussion? We got a bit. From talking pop culture to topics on politics. Hold up, show you how to make a debate an event. Whether sports related or advice on relationships.
What's going on, y'all? We back. Thanks for tuning in once again, and also thank you for sending your super chat questions.
Nick, while you pulling it up, I will say that I did like how it switched from being an alien, so to speak, to he was like, oh, that's an animal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like that switch up, especially, you know, watching, I was like, oh, this is about aliens. So I did like the fact that he kind of switched it up, because it almost made it a different movie for me a little bit, because now I was like, oh, because what I will say about what was happening, because I was actually like OJ and Kiki. I'm like, because I'm trying to figure out what this shit is too, and what it's doing, and how is interacting. Which OJ is another spectacle, by the way, too.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah, but yeah. So and how it moves. So I did appreciate that.
Up on my leg and stuff. I don't know you.
That's sweet.
In my personal space. Yeah, when he was riding the horse away real slow, I was like, that's some OJ shit. I was like, that was good. I like that. I don't know why she was named Emerald, but it seemed pretty obvious why he was named OJ.
Yeah, because remember when the reaction was, she was like, your name is OJ?
He was like, you're the Otis Jr.
She was like, what? Didn't somebody ask about the dad too? Because I think his dad was dead, but she was like, where's Otis Senior at, or something like that. So
Yeah.
Real quick, what y'all think
How you
about the
looking?
camera guy
Oh, Angel.
from the in the fries thing? Yeah,
I like
is that his
him.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's
Yeah.
Angel.
I did like
liked
him too.
Yeah. I don't know him as an actor, but I liked him in this.
Okay.
I thought he was cool. I mean, he saw what they were trying to do, and he wasn't even trying to steal it.
Right.
He was just like, no, I want to be a part of this shit.
Yeah.
So no,
And
I liked him.
And I think I felt like he was needed, you know, to kind of break up
The difference.
Kiki and oh boy, yeah. So I like this part.
And I like the whole fries element anyway, because I don't know if y'all ever went to Fries.
I love fries, bro.
Yeah, man.
That was one of my favorite stores. Yeah.
But it had the little alien thing in there, and I was like, oh, that was a nice little tie-in.
Last thing I say while he's still pulling it up.
Yeah, because he looked hella confused.
Towards the end. Spoilers. But man, I was like, oh man, is he gonna lean away with us?
Oh, well, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. So do you think they did?
I don't know.
I
What are you
think
talking about exactly?
killing him.
Yeah, kill him off.
Killing OJ?
Yeah.
Do y'all think OJ's alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was alive.
Y'all didn't see him?
I don't think.
Right. Wow. But yes. But I know where Myke is at, because I was wondering.
You thought
the
that was
same
a figment
thing.
of her imagination?
Really?
I don't know.
I still do.
Nah, he
Why?
alive. He alive.
Why you think
No,
that's a
like
figment?
no Jordan Peele.
Because he's not gonna kill. Because he could have done that and get out. And
He's gonna fucking Get Out.
remember he changed the whole ending to Get Out because he didn't want to kill off the black or put
Yeah,
the
he
black
doesn't
man
like
in the
that.
He don't want to do that.
He doesn't
either.
like that.
Yeah, but the reason I thought he wasn't alive because, well, first of all, he was just sitting there, no emotion, no nothing. Now, granted, that's his character, sure, but he was just sitting on the horse and he didn't move at all.
Well-
So I thought,
Go ahead. You talk.
real quick, I thought the point he was trying to make was it was finally all on her.
Right.
Now it's her story. She's the one who broke Jean Jacket, and now everything is on her. That's what I thought. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That was just why he just kind of stayed away from the whole shit and just let her take the credit type thing.
No, I thought that's why he was not.
But
really
you
there.
thought he was alive and letting her do that, or you thought she was
I
dead?
thought he was alive and letting her do that. Yeah, because I think Jordan Peele's expressed that we already experienced enough trauma and stuff like that.
But that's
to
not
kill
trauma.
off-
That's why he showed
kill
her
off
as a.
black-
Even if he was actually, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
I see what you're
I'm
saying.
gonna cut you off.
I know
Go
where you
ahead.
were going with it, but I see what you're saying. You still show him as a figment and not actually deceased. I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
And-
that's what I thought. Like that's why they didn't show him actually.
I got
dying.
you. I got you.
Yeah, so we don't have a clear answer. So in my head, what I want to say is that he's alive because I was like, damn man, is he really gonna sacrifice himself? And I was like, nah, because while I'm watching, I'm like, Jordan Peele doesn't really do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he wouldn't take the Lena Waithe approach. Like
Yeah,
he has to be alive. But the way the way he shot it and set it up, it created some, that was.
Here's another thing. Do you remember the sign that he was sitting under?
I was about to say somebody.
What the sign said?
Christina.
Oh, we don't need Christina. I'll say it.
Shelgill.
Fuck, that's our show.
Yeah, she said that in the comments. She was like, the sign says out yonder.
What does that mean?
did
And
see
it was
that.
hazy.
You said what's that?
No,
Yeah,
that's
what's
what I
that?
was.
What's that mean?
Yeah.
You the one watching the 18 fucking 26
Like over
country
yonder,
show? You know
out
what that
yonder,
means?
like gone on, like he's out there. Yonder.
No, I know. I've heard about. I thought it was. Is you talking about the TV show or something like that?
No, baby. It's just the phrase.
It's just the
Out-
phrase?
He out yonder.
You've never heard somebody say he all over yonder. You've
Not
never
in
heard
real life.
nobody
I've
say
seen
that.
it in movies.
You said
man.
not in real life.
Not in real life.
I ain't heard no. I heard that nigga
You go
say
to Baptist
yonder.
church.
Well, niggas
you go to
don't
Baptist
say
church.
Go out there
But
yonder.
to that point, that's like why when you have like more of a like, hey, I'm really alive, give me a hug
Right.
type.
You want him to say what's up? All right, let's get to these super chats.
I think that's a good angle.
I know, I like not giving you a clear answer so you can believe what you want to believe.
I think his ass is dead. I don't give a fuck about that.
All right, getting to these super chats again. Once again, we appreciate y'all doing this. Troy, shout out to you.
Hey, Troy.
How would you rank these horror directors? We have Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, Mike Flanagan, Robert Eggers, and James Wan.
Who are Robert Eggers? I
Witch.
know. Mike Flanagan.
He did Midnight Mass.
And who was the last one?
James
James
Wan.
Wan.
He did like
Is
Saw.
he Insidious or whatever?
Yeah, Insidious.
Yeah, he's last.
The Conjuring.
Dead last.
I have to agree that he's last. You said The Witch and them.
I'll
Ari
probably.
Aster and
The
them.
Witch and Them.
Jordan
Which
Peele.
movie? Is that Jordan Peele's next movie? The Witch and Them?
The dude who did The Witch and them. Like he did that and he did that Lighthouse movie, right? That's not laughing at me. The Witch and them.
And the black version of the Lighthouse will be a house like.
I had to look at it.
Here come The Witch and
I
Them.
have to look at it on visual.
Which would
I'ma
it could
say-
be. Could we say that shit?
I'm not going to see no Witch in there.
I'm gonna say Midnight Mass dude is first for me because I enjoy him the most.
You really like Midnight
I
Mass?
did. I
shit was
really
amazing.
did. I would say Jordan Peele probably because his movies are just more digestible for me than the other ones.
That's what you did.
I don't even
She got the
mean it
puns
to.
all day.
I don't even mean it to.
You lying now.
I sincerely don't. Then I'm gonna say Ari Aster, and then I'm gonna say Robert Eggers, and then the
James Wan.
yeah.
Give me Ari Aster
That's first.
as first. Jordan Peele. Robert Eggers. And which one did the Mike Flanagan? Nah, he did.
They say he did Haunted on Hill House,
Yeah.
Doctor Sleep, and all that. But I think Mike said he also did Midnight Mass.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me him and then the other guy last. I guess.
James Wan.
Yeah.
What you got, King?
Is Jordan Peele the only black one on there?
I think so, yeah.
So give me him first. I go Ari, Robert, Myke, and Swan.
What you, Myke?
Yeah, I'm going Ari Aster. Eggers, Peele. No, that's a lie. I'm going Ari Aster, Eggers, Flanagan, Peele, and then Wan.
Yeah, I'm going Ari Aster, Jordan Peele, Myke Flanagan, and Robert Eggers, and Wan. Yeah. All right. Troy asked another question. I wish the movie had one more creepy scene. That scene in the barn was dope and unsettling. What is one thing you would add or remove to make it more enjoyable for you? Now you got a whole list of things. I don't know if it's one.
Yeah, I just needed something to connect the dots a little bit more for me in the movie. So I think that something a little more on the nose would have either a little bit more on the nose, some more like just, even though like that whole fake alien thing, like it pissed me off because I was so affected by it. Like in the theater, I was like, oh shit. Like for a second, I was like, it's really fucking aliens in the barn. And then when he bust that alien in the head and it was kids, I was like, them shits look fake as fuck, bitch. Why is you mad? Why is you thinking this was a real alien? Like they look like stereotypical aliens. Like, so I felt duped.
That shit was so dope.
It was. I think it was. That was the point.
I know that was the point, but it made me mad. Yeah. However, if I had more moments like that, almost, I feel like I might have enjoyed it a little bit better.
When that alien, that shadow started moving, I was like, oh shit, here we go. I like the aliens are here, boy.
Yeah, what had me weak was that alien. He slowly crept his
That was the slowest freak.
That shit was dope.
Hey, it was dope.
Watching it the second time, I died laughing when it was
That motherfucker was moving like a fucking sloth.
He was.
I was just like, God damn.
What was you about to say, Rob?
No, I was just gonna say I kind of agree with that. Like I needed something. I really wanted the Gordy thing to tie a little bit better because I feel like that outside of that was one of the more creepier parts about this movie was the Gordy shit. Even the way his mannerisms, like scratching his head and shit after he beat the shit out of like a person, like that shit was crazy. And I feel like I wanted more of that, either more of it or for it to tie a little bit better. And then I do feel like I was duped with the alien thing or whatever, so I would have wanted more than that, but like real, but not like a fake thing. So I think if it had more of that, I kind of agree with Nay that I probably would have left the movie being a lot more entertaining.
But why don't you think the monkey part tied?
It seemed like an abrupt thing. It didn't seem like it tied that well.
It didn't flow well.
It didn't flow well into the movie.
It flowed perfect because it was like everything was staring at spectacles.
I know.
Gordy was a spectacle. The monster was a spectacle.
I know you keep saying that. I know you said the spectacle thing.
I made it up.
I know you keep
He said I heard you, bro.
I don't believe you.
Right, I get that. I get that this was a spectacle, and I get that this was a spectacle. But those spectacles together
don't mean shit.
Don't mean shit to me. Like, it's like cool. What an accident over here, a fucking tiger over there. Like it don't mix.
But the accident led to Jupe doing the same thing to a whole group of people.
Yeah, but we didn't realize that to the end.
Right? Yeah, you wouldn't. Well, that's why it tied in.
I know, but
they don't usually tie to the end.
But I wanted
to at the beginning. It's not really a tie.
I wanted to be a more of a weave, not like a weave here, a line, and then another weave. I don't want that.
If Gordy don't happen, you don't have any of the other shit.
Exactly.
You won't have a movie.
I understand that, y'all.
And he said that's the simple thread of this whole bullshit.
What I'm saying, like it felt like a subplot, right? Like in the moment, to me, it felt like a subplot. Mm-hmm. I understand that it may not be a subplot, but it felt like a subplot, and I wanted that subplot to tie in a little bit better throughout. I understand that it came together in its totality, but I wanted it to weave in a little bit better. And to me, it just didn't feel like that. It felt like an abrupt thing that he did. Mm-hmm. It felt like something that he just boom hit you in the head with real quick. And I didn't necessarily enjoy just the hit over the head. I wanted to actually weave throughout the whole thing.
Hey, Shawnee said Rod wants a box braid, not a quick weave, and I
That's
absolutely
perfect.
get that analogy, and that's perfect.
Yeah, that's
he wanted
perfect.
box braids, not
Who
a quick
said that?
weave, bitch.
Who said that? That's Hey, Shawnee. Yes, that is. Oh man, yes,
I
that
don't
was
get it because
perfect.
I don't think I even know what a box braid is.
Box braids is kind of like what she has right now. Like
It don't, I mean, I'll forget.
So what's the? Never mind. It doesn't matter.
The quick weave. I
Yeah,
guess
I
that's,
don't know what a
is
quick
that like
it's
a
what-
wig?
Yeah, it's like where you glue the weave onto a cap on your head.
So what's a regular weave?
Then I
was
really
when
don't
you
get the
sew it
analogy
in.
now.
Shut up, Kevin.
Okay, never
I
mind.
hate Kevin.
Because he's smart. Because he be knowing shit. That's
Kevin
like
always be knowing shit, and he always
That nigga
saying like
smart,
you the
man.
dumbest motherfucker in the room.
Kevin's smart as
Yeah.
shit, bro.
But you have a great way. You know he's like Daniel Kaluuya. He ain't gotta say much.
That nigga
You got a
smart,
great way
man.
of saying yeah, just make you feel dumb as fuck.
Kevin's smart as hell. That's a bright dude.
I'm impressed that you know the difference between a sew-in and a quick weave. Very, very
Oh, okay.
wonderful.
So he ain't
How
that
much she
smart.
charged?
You say he ain't that smart.
He just lived experience.
He just synced it.
That's not
If I
intelligence,
had a sister, maybe I would have known the shit
Right.
too. No, I
Mine
wouldn't because
does
I
not say
really
you
wouldn't
have
gave a damn.
I have a sister. She don't do hair.
Oh.
Shit.
She said, "You got a sister."
I still wouldn't know.
I was I don't know if I'm still in your point, Kim, but I would say if you're gonna go full monkey, go full monkey. Show me the whole shit. All right, show me the whole.
So you need a whole ooh ah.
Yeah, I want to see the motherfucker.
Really?
I want to see.
Really, you missed that shit. You missed that shit. That's hey, we got it. You didn't even have to do it because we got it, kid.
We ain't
What? It was a monkey paw.
You don't even say go full monkey.
You
talking about
said
black
full
movie.
monkey, dude.
I'm talking about the show me
But you
the
don't want
carnage.
to
Why
say
you
bro.
wanted to see? I mean, you might as well have seen it.
I didn't might as well have shown it.
It was monkeys throughout the whole damn thing.
What did you need to
Don't
see?
do that, kid.
You needed to see
Oh,
the
no, we're not doing that. We're not doing
See,
that.
I should. Oh, you're right. My bad. I fucked up. Kid, what would you add? We got to get
Why
through
did you need to see the whole Gordy killing people? It wasn't that
because
necessary.
since there was a lack of horror, mostly with the main monster.
You want the gore?
I wanted to see some like let Gordy be gory. You know what I mean?
You're chopping that
You
motherfucker
didn't
face
need to
off.
see that. It wasn't necessary.
You this coming from the horror, motherfucker.
But I don't go to certain directors for gore. I don't go to Ari Aster for gore.
But I want to see him dabble in his shit.
We didn't see half the kills in Midsummer, and we still got the picture. I don't need to see everybody being chopped up and bloody. Now, if I'm going for fucking, I wouldn't go see Saw, but if I was going for Saw, sure. But if I'm going to a movie for story, I don't need gore.
So hold on. This question was what I would add. All right, you can add
right, Nick.
whatever the hell you want.
You
I was
right,
just looking.
Nick.
I was like, damn, Myke might be. I'm like, hold on.
You're right. You're right, Nick.
This the movie I wanted to see.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, what's
You're
up?
right.
What you got?
You know what? When I thought about like going to see it again, I thought about like the experience of watching it again. I felt like as a complete movie, just take away all the other stuff. Like, is it just a good story? And that's where I kind of feel like it was somewhat lacking. You know, and I think that was the biggest thing. It's almost like, to a certain degree, it's sacrificing story for message. And that's where I kind of got.
That was one of my
messed up.
worries going into After Us, going into his next film. I was like, how will he now bounce? Because I feel like he may feel like he need to challenge himself to keep pushing himself forward with like how creative can I be and also tell a message.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like you in the laboratory, you can fuck up on a couple things before you get
Yeah,
it right.
because sci-fi movies, you know, typically deal with, you know, politics and a lot of social things as well, and all of that is kind of like, you know, underneath it, and but you still get a good overall story, you know, on top of it that you can walk away entertained.
What about you, Myke?
I don't know what the question was.
What would you add or remove to make this movie more enjoyable?
Nothing. I enjoyed it just fine. I
Gotcha.
wouldn't add or take away anything.
All right. We actually do have a question from A. Shawnee.
Hey, Shawty.
They say Jordan Peele literally makes think pieces for the screen. I think this will hurt him in the long run. I want to see him make an enjoyable movie without a message. I enjoyed the movie though.
Then I don't think that's the director for you, girl. Because every movie he's made has had some sort of message. Even the one that got everybody to want to see his next one, which was Get Out. So I think
It's the allure.
And I think at least for me, I go to Jordan Peele knowing that it's something else there, and you got to peel back the layers. So I honestly don't think you're going to get that from him, because you never have gotten that from him.
Well, you did when he used to do the sketches and stuff.
You talking about Mad TV?
Yeah, when he used to do that type of
talking
stuff.
about movies.
I know. I'm just saying.
He's gonna change Sean Anise point.
No, I'm just saying we've gotten that from him before, very like surface level things. And I think now that he is a director, filmmaker, I think it is cool that he's wanting to put messaging in his movies or whatever. That's one of the things that I really like about Jordan Peele is the messaging part. Even if I don't get it, immediately, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's actually kind of cool. It's kind of like Kendrick. Like, we don't always get his stuff immediately, but it's still dope as hell that he does it. So, and I do like that he's putting out a black voice in film. That's like one of the main things that I really enjoy about him being a filmmaker, and it's getting like a lot of pub. Huh?
But he didn't. I thought he didn't direct that.
He didn't direct.
Outside of y'all, what I said before.
I didn't hear what he said. Who?
He said he produced it, but he didn't.
I didn't hear what
The movie Keanu.
Keanu with the
cat
fucking
movie.
Oh, he did that one. Okay.
That was
I
like
just think it's wild that you would want Jordan Peele to be like every other director in the world when we already have a million directors making pointless horror movies. What's the problem with having one that's trying to do something different?
because it's always that one thing. Sometimes when people ask for something different, and I'm not saying this is exactly what they're saying, but like in general, people ask for something different once they get it. Like, well, why aren't you doing it like how you used to do?
Well, go watch a different director then. Like, I'm not gonna go to David Lynch and be like, yo, I wish you'd make a movie that made more sense. Like, what? No, I'm just gonna go watch another director. Like, why would you want Jordan Peele to not do what Jordan Peele's been doing to make himself Jordan Peele? I don't get it.
Great question.
I think he does have a desire to do stuff outside of this though, like tap into other genres.
It don't sound like it from his interviews.
It does.
Sounds like this is what
You see the way he look
doing.
now too? He buried deep in his shit.
He looks like he makes movies like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He look like
I
he
thought I
buried
saw
deep.
somewhere where he wanted to tap into some other stuff, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought he wanted to tap into some other stuff.
Nemesis says,
Oh wait, Shawnee's upset. She said y'all are misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Shawnee. I that's what it sounded like. We didn't do it on purpose.
What was the question again?
well, it was more of a statement. Jordan Peele literally makes think pieces for the screen. I think this will hurt him in the long. I want to see him make an enjoyable movie without a message. I enjoyed the movie though.
Oh, that sounds like
That sounds like what we answered.
yeah. That sounds like
Well, maybe ask Kevin, because Kevin always got. What do you think, Kev?
The same thing y'all said.
My man. Sorry,
yeah. Because you
Shawnee.
said you think it
What
would
you
hurt.
trying to
Clear it up in the
say?
chat and we'll read it.
Yeah, what you trying to
Clear it up,
say?
because you said you think it would
Yeah.
hurt him.
And are you a he or a she? Because you was talking about quick weaves. I
Or
just
they.
assumed you was or they. I just assumed you was a girl. Sorry.
Well, either way, yeah. Explain yourself, Shawnee, and we'll get back to you. Promise.
Nemesis says the first half of the movie was so tense and creepy to me, and the dead space was super engaging to me. I know the second half has people mixed, but I loved it.
Mixed.
Like, when they got in that truck and they walked off, I thought that was the end of the movie. I ain't checked the time though. Remember when the Sunglasses at Night was playing, and they
that
got
was
in
so weird.
and they drove off?
You thought that was gonna be the end?
It felt like it, but I don't know how long we were in the movie. So I was all I remember saying, I hope that ain't it. Like,
Hey, don't attack Shawnee in the comments. Be nice.
yeah, y'all chill out.
Leave her alone, or them alone.
Black Ross says, was surprised he went at Oprah for her story of exploiting the woman who got mauled by a chimp.
You were surprised? Why?
I guess because she got mauled by a chimp. Surprised that they would try to retell that story.
But it was a spectacle.
It's a deep dive though.
It is a deep dive, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think people our age, probably not your age. Well, you said you remembered it, right?
Yeah, I remember. I
you
saw a lot of
watched it
shit.
with his
Yeah,
mom.
my
Because
mom.
I was real young, so you had to be like a baby.
He wasn't even a baby. He wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, because it was in like the 90s.
It was like
right?
it was
No,
like,
earlier than
it was
that,
like
the
rerun.
80s?
It must have been reruns or some shit.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
I'm trying to remember. I think this was like the 80s that this
I don't
happened.
remember it, guys.
You don't remember it at all?
I don't remember. I feel like I vaguely remember the veil and the hat, but I don't remember the story.
I remember a lot of people just taking like they was quick to like get on Oprah to tell their story about shit.
Yeah, because they were trying to pay her to get a picture of her face, and she was like, no, but she showed it on Oprah. And goddamn, when she
Boy, when she took that thing off, boy, I was like,
oh my
bro, I was
God.
like,
But she was
I
the
stopped
first
watching
one to
Oprah
get
for a
a
little
face
bit.
transplant, remember?
yeah, it failed.
She got, no, it was successful. She got a full face
I
transplant.
thought it failed.
I mean, it didn't look great, but
Let me go Google it.
it's on YouTube. The entire thing's on
He said-
YouTube.
There was one person that it did fail. I don't know if it was that
I
one,
thought it was her.
but
Maybe you're right, Nick.
I don't know how you could tell it was a success though either.
Because it's a face. She had nothing, bro. Remember? She had nothing. It was just like nothing. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Presto _ T says, shout out to you, Presto T. I like watching the movie, but I was kind of thinking about it more if it make. Well, I'm sorry. I like watching the movie, but I kind of like thinking about it more if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Also, do y'all think OJ really survived at the end?
yeah, we were already
Talk
talked about that. If you're still
I
watching,
mean,
We're split on this one, I think.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I'm starting to think he did because he over yonder, going up yonder. We about to have a worship service to be with my Lord. Yes.
I'm gonna say he's alive.
I'm still sticking with Alive too.
Presto _ T also says, also, do y'all think OJ's name had any more like significance?
Yeah, we talked about that too. So yeah, like as soon as I heard his name, it was clear as day.
Yeah.
Like, got it.
JM states, did y'all catch how Kiki's character and her father had unresolved issues? Also, I think there could have been a sequel. I think there could be a sequel. That ending was weird and abrupt.
Didn't he say he doesn't do sequels?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I thought he was doing Get Out too.
No. He's like my mom. My mom's
Not,
swears
I'm
Get Out
dead
2
ass.
coming.
I'm dead ass. I thought he was doing Get
I
Out.
don't feel
too.
like it was that abrupt either.
I don't think so.
I
either.
think we got a full story.
Yeah.
I think that's different too because you usually have a sequel with like typical horror films, but not like creative horror films.
But not with the people that are coming out recently.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
Like,
Astors,
yeah,
the Eggers.
right.
and the
That's why I
Peele.
said creative
Yeah.
horror films are different, but you know the Saws and all that type of shit.
This fool said, "Get Out 2 Electric Boogaloo."
Oblivion Radio, shout out to you, says, let's get the elephant out the way. When are y'all gonna talk about Phase 5 and 6? Myke, welcome back. Missed you. They talking about
thank
MCU.
you.
We gotta talk
Elephant
about
out the
that.
way.
We gotta talk about these
It's a super
new
chat.
MCU.
We ain't gotta
Yeah,
talk
it's
about
a
that.
We
super
can, is
chat.
that
That's
can
what
that be? Can this be one of them super chats that turn into a conversation later?
I think there's several of none.
We can definitely
things, though, but
do
yeah.
that. Because I'm sure they're not asking us to discuss that tonight, but we can
Sound
definitely
like it.
table that.
Yeah,
But we're not.
that's-
So we can definitely table that for another time. Appreciate it. What's that, Oblivion?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
But I will say Blade ain't coming out till 2025 or some shit like that.
What happened?
Blade.
You know,
Wait.
black folks always
That's
late.
the only one I really want to see.
Especially
I
if you're a
just
black
wanna see
vampire.
Mahershala. That's the only one I'm excited for. And I gotta wait. Like, it's next 2023.
You sure?
I thought it was 24.
Y'all done said 3 different years.
I know. God.
Look, the only thing I'm mad about Phase 5 with this whole thing is the fact that why didn't they do Nigga Bird's Captain America in February?
And Black History Month.
Yes.
Especially because they call it New World Order. That's too triggering. They probably like,
Triggering for who?
They gonna say to the white people.
be.
They gonna think the black black cap New World Order is fucked up.
He gonna fuck up some shit too.
Yep, I'm ready for Nigga Bird Cap.
He ain't gonna do
Chicken,
shit.
watermelon.
You said
Shooting watermelon seeds.
the movie. The movie goes.
He gonna paint the shield gold and shit.
Y'all ain't saying the movie gonna start at a cookout.
Bro, it better open at a cookout.
It's gonna open up like a BET film. Guess how I got here?
Doing the electric slide.
The villain gonna be Credit Man. Proud boy.
He got killed by the interest rate.
Yo, wasn't he dealing with shit like that in the actual show? In the actual show? Motherfucker couldn't get a loan and shit. God damn.
And now he's Captain America. And he still can't get a fucking house loan. God damn.
I got to fought for this country and y'all can't give me a damn house.
Oh, God. Here come the villain, Red Line. Oh, shit.
We gotta move on. Oh man, that's not the phase 5 they want to hear. Nemesis asks, we can answer this question. Wakanda Forever trailer reaction. Yes, we actually just did that, so that should be
out this week.
Oh, okay. I was gonna let you answer that one.
Well, no, I think it's gonna be a podcast episode. I think. I don't think it's gonna be. Well, it's probably podcast and video, right?
I did record it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out. You're gonna hear our thoughts.
Yeah.
Once again, Nemesis. Black Phone review. Saw it finally, and it was great.
Y'all is wanting that Black Phone. Are we doing that?
We gonna have to.
Did y'all didn't see Mike's face just then, did
They
y'all?
don't need to see it. We'll wait for the review.
Did y'all watch it?
I haven't watched
yet.
it yet.
It's on, well, never mind.
Yeah, we know.
I didn't know actually, but now I know.
I'm gonna just say the letters KSVBVSSF. I don't know how to pronounce that. Have you seen The Lighthouse? Would you review it?
That's with Robert Pattinson, right?
I think y'all seen it.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet.
We reviewed. Did we not review that?
No, we didn't review it. We've talked about it on several episodes, but because didn't you say it's subtitled or something? It's not subtitled.
I think we talked about it because we was like, Rod.
No.
I thought we talked about it because he was interested in seeing it. And you know, if he
but
wasn't-
it's not. There's nothing about that. I don't know that y'all would like it. It's very, very slow, and it's
Right, I
definitely
remember
not a
saying
horror
that.
movie, no matter what anyone tells you.
It isn't.
No, not at all.
What is it, like a psychological thriller kind of situation?
Sure, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know that I'd want to review it. For some reason, I thought we did though.
Yeah, I know we've talked about it, and you had kind of mentioned that it was like worth watching.
They said Mike had it on his top 5.
Yeah, I really liked it. I just don't know what a review would be of that.
You said it was a lot of dialogue, right?
It's
Yeah.
It's
a
all
lot.
I think you
lot
said
of
that
dialogue.
like we wouldn't like it, but I remember Rod saying, but he likes movies like that. So
Well, y'all should watch it.
yeah,
can do a throwback.
it's still on Amazon, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
I got the DVD if y'all need to borrow it.
Oh, word.
We don't have.
Don't do that.
Ooh boy.
I stopped.
The stunt was still there. I still felt it.
I heard it too, cause he was ready to correct your ass, boy. He was like, "Look, nigga, you can play with the disc, nigga."
I literally just took some DVDs to
He threw
Goodwill.
it to the trash.
No, to Goodwill. I ain't trash.
They don't want them either. They gonna. They wanted them. Them niggas gonna be like, "We don't use that."
I'm keeping all mine though.
I did keep them, man, but I had to kind of declutter, man. I was like, I gotta
feel
let
that.
them go. I had to let them go. Like, it's so many memories, but I had to let them go. That was hard. It was hard.
I'm surprised you did.
Yeah, it was hard, but I did.
just
It
moved
is a
mine
lot
out of
of
one cabinet.
memories.
It is. It's a lot of memories
I
in those
can't.
DVDs.
Bring it back.
Last two questions. Dominique Conway says, MCU question. This is the last MCU question. Do you agree the problems are lack of identity, no clear figurehead, too much fan service, and oversaturation of characters and ideas?
What was the fan service?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same exact question.
I think maybe with like the latest Thor movie or I'm trying to think. There may be another one where there was
Oh, what are we talking about?
MCU.
Oh, okay.
Kev said
I
repeat
missed
the
that
question.
part.
They're asking like, what's the problem with the MCU? I guess.
I don't think. I'm sorry.
For me, I think the problem is that there's I think after the way they closed out this last phase with everything tying together and it being so major with Infinity Wars and Endgame, I think there's a certain expectation of everything to fit and you're trying to make everything fit, and people aren't accepting it as just a story. So I think the expectation level that they set with this last phase is like almost like deterring people. That's what I think.
I agree with that. The expectations are definitely higher now. Everybody want everything to connect. I'm guilty of that. And so it makes it kind of hard to just enjoy something. But I will say, like, some of the direction and writing does stick out. is bad. Yeah, it's they're not doing a very good job right now.
But didn't some of the writing in movies, weren't some of them ass in the beginning then too?
They were.
Right. So
But
Marvel's not above making an ass movie.
Shit, not as bad as Thor. Jesus Christ. This shit is on fucking the first Captain America level.
Really? You hated it
my
that much?
God, yes.
Damn.
Captain Marvel is better than Thor, if that tells you anything.
Wow. Do y'all agree with those problems though, or do y'all?
What I'm seeing pop up the most is people saying Marvel fatigue. So I could see that as being an issue that people would have with what Marvel is currently doing. So
I can agree with that too, because I'm about there.
I've been there.
I'm over it.
But would there be Marvel fatigue if the movies were better though, or in the show?
It's not
think
about
it'll
the
be the same.
movies. It's
And the
about
shows?
no. It's not even about it being good. It's just like it's so like I feel
too
like that's
much.
all we reviewed. To be quiet, it's like we turning into a Marvel channel, and I know it's got to be other shit on. Like you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's almost like I'm feeling like I'm craving almost like good drama or good just something different.
That's why I love P Valley. You know what I mean?
No, that's not why you love P Valley. That's not, the ass is why you like P Valley. That ain't
Hey,
got
the
nothing to
ass
do with
keep
the
me
story.
coming back out to, but the story is there.
It's not. But see, here's the problem. We so used to this shit that we think P Valley is good.
Oh,
And
no,
you
don't do that. Don't do that.
and then you get movies like Gray Man, and I'm like, no, this is good action. Like, I mean, I almost feel like it's so much that's what like I need. We don't have another. I need another benchmark.
And I think that's an issue that it goes with Rod's point. If everything is supposed to connect and it's not good, and I have to watch it because it has to connect to what I really want to watch, it's like I gotta go through the mud to get through it. And at this point, like, how much longer are you willing to go through the mud? And like you mentioned, and there's other great shit out there too.
Right.
Still,
I'm gonna say there's other great shit out there.
I don't. Yeah.
TV wise, I'll say.
Is
that.
it though?
Nah, bro.
It is because
Like
I would
what?
say I feel like I'm shitting on everything. Is stuff just not good? Am I going through a depression? Like what is going on? Why I don't like nothing I watch?
You like
I
This
should
Is
say how
Us.
many.
Okay.
I think there's good shows out right now. I mean, how many I don't know, but we just did outside of Nick's trash list. Everybody gave like 5 or 6 shows that they all liked, and our lists were not all the same. So clearly, there's good shows. It's just Marvel right now is in a rut.
It was good. It was good. Okay, sure. But I will say that on my list, I maybe actually really liked 2 of the 5.
Oh damn.
Oh, I will give you that.
Yeah.
Like I made a list, but it wasn't like, oh my god, y'all gotta see these.
Well, I like all my shit.
It's still half the. It's still half
I want
the
to be
year.
like you.
It's still half the year. We still got rap shit that we, you know what I'm saying, got to
I don't
get
think there's a lot of
into.
good shows out there. I think there are a few. Like I finally watched We Own the City,
See?
but
Oh, okay.
but
yeah.
is it an abundance of new shows? No, but there's some
The
quality
fall is
shows
where
out
all
there.
the
The
good
Bear.
shows. The Bear.
There's
You watched
plenty
The
of-
Bear?
Yes, and it was fucking incredible.
What is that on?
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
It was an FX
Yes,
show, but
and
it's on
you will binge it in a day. It's that good.
Really?
half an hour episodes. too.
Yeah, it's half an hour episodes. There's only like 8, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, there are good shows. It's just everybody's just so hyper focused on Marvel.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I'm over it. I don't care anymore. That's not true.
I got what I
do
needed.
Care
I got
still.
what I needed out of it. I feel like.
I'm just not rushing to go to theaters to see the shit anymore. Like a couple years back, I might have been like, "Oh, it's a new Thor movie." I don't really like Thor like that, but I'm gonna still go to the theater. I didn't give a fuck about seeing that in the theater, and I'm glad I didn't go.
Is that because you already knew it was gonna be bad?
No, it's just I don't care. I'll see Black Panther, but if they brought out, Riri is gonna have a movie, I'm not rushing to the theater to see that, or the next Ant-Man. I don't give a fuck if Kang's in it. I'm not rushing to the theater for that anymore. Not that it's gonna be bad. I don't care like I used to. I'm just kind of over it.
Yeah.
I am interested to see what they're gonna do with the
Yeah.
Kang.
I'm still pretty much the same, but
Yeah.
always me. So,
Yeah, because you like Miss Marvel.
I like.
I wasn't saying
Robbie just shitting on niggas.
I wasn't saying it like that.
And you paused with it. He knew what he
I
was
want
about
to make
to say.
something very clear.
The dramatic pause.
Yeah, he was like, that
You
was
like-
Make something very clear.
Smart.
yeah. You like
There's
shit
nothing
ball
that he
show.
said that I found offensive.
I was trying.
So,
I know.
I just
was
want to make
trying
that very clear.
I was trying
don't matter.
to figure out what the name of it was. I wanted to say Captain
gonna say
Marvel.
shit
That's
ball.
like, it's
Yeah,
called
that's
Miss
it.
Marvel.
You want to say some bullshit.
He didn't know.
You like
He didn't know I didn't
some
mean
bullshit.
You started with some bullshit.
You started with some bullshit.
No, I really. I like that he likes it.
No, you don't.
I do.
Okay.
All right, last question. Robert Diaz de Leon says, has anyone caught The Anarchist on HBO Max? Love y'all.
Is it out? I didn't know it was out yet. That's not out yet.
I'm not sure. I wasn't.
I feel like
Oh, I
just
did
saw the
see
trailer
the. Yeah, I did see that. I saw the.
Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show.
The,
You saw
whatever
the
it's
the
call.
banner or whatever that says
Yeah,
it all?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, I didn't know it was
whatever
out
it's
yet. I saw the trailer.
but that's a
It looked fucking
documentary,
good.
isn't it?
I thought it was a TV show.
I don't know. I wasn't interested. It's so, like some white woman killing somebody.
No.
The Anarchist.
Am I thinking of something else?
They don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, Kevin. We're trying to figure
That's
it
what
out.
I said. I've never heard of this show. Let me see.
I definitely saw a trailer for it, and I thought it looked really good, but I don't remember it being a documentary, so maybe I'm thinking something else.
What is it?
Somebody said it's a documentary.
Yeah, that's what
This is a
Watermelon
docuseries,
said.
HBO docuseries.
I could have swore I saw a documentary. That's
I
why
like
passed
HBO
over.
docuseries though.
Really?
Yeah, I think I like them better than Netflix document.
I was definitely
docuseries.
thinking of something else. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. What
No,
were you
no,
saying?
you're fine.
We might have to do a documentary month.
What was it? The Jinx about that dude that I like. Yeah, they be having some interesting documentaries.
Well, those are our super chats. We appreciate
was
you
it?
guys. Yep, donating and supporting us because
Thank
we
you.
love doing this with y'all as well. Any other thoughts as we close out?
Nope.
Y'all niggas.
Oh, he could do it. You know what I'm saying? Well, what I do.
Oh, I wasn't. I really wasn't.
I knew he was doing it.
I really wasn't.
Nah,
The Jinx was good. The Jinx was bomb. I was in that, honey.
Please continue to support the channel. FPS Podcast is our Reddit thread also as well. YouTube.com/FPS Podcast. Tell your friends and family to subscribe.
Look for us on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, we're on Rotten Tomatoes this week. We'll be having all of our stuff up there as far as our video reviews, and we'll chime in with our.
Hey, Guadalupe said something about a Kira motorcycle reference in the movie.
Oh yeah, when
when
Kiki slid at the
Yeah.
end.
Oh, shit. That was like fucking Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's
I didn't catch it till the
fresh.
second time I watched it.
Oh, shit. She sure did when she slid through the little,
By the
little
well.
ribbons or whatever. Oh,
I love Kiki in this. I know we
You
wrapping
did?
up, but
Yeah.
there was that
dope.
conversation between her versus Zendaya.
Yeah, there was.
What I say now?
Nothing. Y'all ain't say nothing. The producers are mad at us because we didn't get back to Kiki, and he just waited till the end of the show to do it. But you did it though, and so we gonna keep.
Oh, that's what you was talking, bro. My bad. I forgot about that.
It's okay. It's okay.
They did.
Pull it up now. And so, yeah, there was that back.
So y'all
back
gonna
and
use
forth.
these graphics.
Right. And so Kiki.
There go Kiki. That's my
There she
baby
go.
right there.
No, she ain't.
Damn.
Bro. Hey, if you want to go ahead, bro. I ain't gonna- I was just complimenting your girl. My bad.
Yes, they were comparing Kiki to Zendaya and trying to on Twitter,
They-
honey, and they were like saying how like this is like a prime example of colorism and how Zendaya gets a certain look and Kiki doesn't or whatever. And then Kiki had to come in and be like, "Look,
That's stupid.
Kiki been getting checks.
right?" She was like, "Look, I've been a leading lady since I was 11. I'm doing shit that other people are not doing. Do not get me confused. We can both be successful. This is not colorism. What are you talking about?" So yeah, she had to come on and kind of like give her receipts for her successes. You go, Kiki. I'm proud of you. I'm happy that she has a film that's doing well.
Wait, what's the colorism thing again?
So that her and Zendaya were both Disney kids.
Okay.
And so Zendaya getting Euphoria and these movies and Emmy nods and all of that, they're trying to say that this is like colorism, and Zendaya is able to get certain looks that Kiki hasn't. But Kiki's kind of said like, look, I've been getting checks. She's done talk shows. She's like, I'm the youngest person to ever have their own talk show. I've been a leading lady since I was 11. Her music career, all that kind of stuff. She was saying, you know, like, don't get me twisted. I've been out here.
But I said Kiki was a Nickelodeon.
Because they're
Isn't she,
both
like-
Disney kids.
But isn't she
Nickelodeon.
way older than Zendaya?
Yes,
So
but
why
they
are they
both
comparing them?
came from like the same type of.
I
They
think they were-
compare her to fucking what's her name, Raven Simone or whatever.
Well, I
shit.
think they
Like,
were trying to say like, why isn't Kiki Palmer like on the same level of notoriety as a Zendaya.
Maybe she's not as good of an actor.
I was just thinking that Zendaya's willing to do more edgier shit than Kiki. Like
Kiki did some edgy shit with the
Wasn't she half naked through a whole movie?
No, I ain't never seen it.
What was the movie where she was running through the parking garage?
What movie was you watching?
Was that Hustler?
Maybe it was Hustler, where she was in like lingerie and she was running away.
Yeah, she was a stripper in Hustler, yeah.
Thank you. And you that's my baby. Kevin's right, cap ass nigga.
He was calling us sensitive. Look at her. My bad, Mike. I ain't know. I ain't know you was up on Kiki like that.
That's the point.
You, to correct me, you got to be.
You don't even know the movie.
I saw the one with her Ice Cube that I don't think nobody else saw.
Hey, Nick said y'all got one more cup ass niggas.
He did. You heard his voice got a change. He tried to rein it in. I appreciate the professionalism.
I'm reformed, Rod. I'm reformed.
But I felt that shit, though. Look. I know, man. I felt it, bro.
Nah, you good. Y'all good. But no, I thought that was random that they were having that argument.
It was.
I didn't think Kiki had to have to really stand on her own shit. Like, this motherfucker been famous since forever.
That is Aquila.
Yeah, it is Aquila to be.
Oh, was she?
Mm-hmm. You didn't know she was Aquila in the beat?
That's all. That's what I knew her from. Like,
she can always be Aquila.
Well, good for her.
I know.
Yeah,
good for her.
I'm hoping she get more roles. That's the one thing one of y'all mentioned about like having Jordan Peele be a black voice in the industry in this area. I like how he gave Lupita her first leading role, I believe.
He did.
With Us.
I think so. I think that was her first.
And I think this is
no, she was in that Disney movie with the chess.
No, I thought
with an African. With
that was
African
that was like a. She wasn't.
Yes.
She wasn't a leader in that. A lead in that.
Who was the little chess girl?
The little girl, yeah.
Are we sure?
I don't even know what that movie is.
I don't either.
But nonetheless, I think I hope that she gets more big roles, blockbuster roles like this.
No, she did well.
I agree.
She did her thing. She definitely did her thing.
Well, those are our thoughts on Nope. Again, check us out on our next live. We'll be announcing that.
Oh wait, real quick, Shawnee, she never came back and explained herself. I hope she didn't leave mad. But
she said she wasn't mad. She said she promised she wasn't mad.
Well, I'm sorry we misunderstood you.
He or she or they.
But yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll catch you on the next live. We out. Peace.
Bye.